Rasty McGibbon with Rick Costello, Athletic Director at Purdue Northwest. Rick, thanks for coming on.
Great to be here.
You're actually the first Athletic Director that I've had on this year. And so, being at Purdue Northwest, you are in a varsity environment, and then you have men's D1 hockey that's a non-varsity school. Talk to me just a bit about that integration.
Oh, it's been tremendous, and we treat hockey at Purdue Northwest just like a varsity sport. We have a full-time coach. They travel like a varsity sport. They're geared up like a varsity sport. They have academic services, strength and conditioning, athletic training. They are, for all intents and purposes, a varsity sport at Purdue Northwest.
So when you talk about academic services, tell me about the standards that these student athletes are required to meet by your school.
Well, what I want to share with you first is that our hockey team had a 3.44 GPA. They were top 5 in our athletics program. So kudos to our student athletes. They're students first and athletes second. We have priority registration, progress reports, study hall, supplemental instruction. They get the full gamut of academic support.
As a athletic director, what are your impressions? I'm assuming your first time at an ACHA event. What are your impressions of an athletic director at a non-varsity event like this of this magnitude?
Big time. This is special. I am so pleased for our student athletes that they get to experience this. A beautiful facility, St. Louis Blues. Just really excited with the indoor rink that holds about 5,000. The outdoor rink, 4 rinks. The fan attendance has been spectacular. I think it's just going to get better and better, hopefully as the Pride events.
How do you view, and I understand the chancellor's here as well, how important do you think it is for the level of support that not only yourself, the chancellor, the school as an organization, as a community provides for these student athletes?
We are all in at Purdue Northwest. Excellence is one of our core values. We want to get better each and every day. So to have Chancellor Holford here and his level of support for athletics at Purdue Northwest is absolutely tremendous to have him here. We have our vice chancellors here today. The Purdue Northwest Pride community is all excited and in on supporting our student athletes.
Tell me a little bit about culture at your school and how you feel that culture is able to translate and permeate hockey.
Yeah, so culture for me is all about what you stand for, what you want to be known for, and it's about building those individual relationships, which creates amazing trust, teamwork, and teamwork produces fabulous results. And we are seeing that with these young men that represent Purdue Northwest. They are great in the classroom, as I mentioned earlier. In the community, they're having a huge impact. They work with team impact, and
take a minute and elaborate on that. I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, so they took in a young man that is suffering from a debilitating disease, and they've brought him in. He's one of them, and he's at their practices, he's at their games, and it's just really neat to see what our students are doing to give back to the community, and in particular this family. So it's really special. So they're highly involved in the community, and then it's no surprise when you have a great academic group involved in the community to see the competitive success that they're having.
As kind of a patriarch of all athletics, how do you look at this as the reward of hard work done? Do you look at this as motivation for teams to come? Do you look at it as both? How do you view it from a kind of an oversight? Because you're not the coach, but how do you look at an event of this magnitude for the hard work that these guys have put in the classroom, in the community, and on the ice?
Well, for me, it's all about the people, the process, and the culture that we talked about a little bit earlier. And we have been investing for the last 5 years in the hockey process, and the people, and the coaches. And so we have been watering that root of that tree, fertilizing it, and now we're starting to see the fruit. And it's absolutely amazing to see what these gentlemen have put together this year. We're so very proud of them.
I was just speaking with your coach, Carl, and one of the awesome things, I think that's fantastic, and from my vantage point, my 19th year with involvement in the ACHA, to make it to your first national tournament and to go home with a win, I think is a tremendous success. It's a tremendous dose of Miracle Grow on the roots of your program. How awesome is that for you?
Oh, it's spectacular. The moment was not too big for these gentlemen the other night, these student athletes. They came right out and played a great game. game. So I'm excited to see how far they can go.
Well, as a dad, as a big proponent of the ACHA, thanks so much for coming and showing your support.
Right.
I think it's awesome. I wish more ADs were here. I wish the schools more schools would embrace the way that you have. And so you're a great model for the ACHA.
Kudos to you and Craig. The ACH is something special, and we are just so thrilled to be a member of ACHA hockey.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Rick Costello, Athletic Director, Purdue Northwest Men's Division I, 2024 National Championship, St. Louis, Missouri.